Hey everyone, when the stimulus bill was being discussed on the floor of the Senate, it was repeated over and over that everyone with a Social Security number would get these checks. Well, as it turns out, the list of those not getting a check is a little longer than was first expected. Before we jump into this list, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. The details about how this stimulus bill will be administered is changing pretty fast, and I want you to be informed about what you can expect. So if you subscribe and hit that notifications bell, you won't miss anything I publish. And also, if you have more questions, you can always post them in the comments below or check out my Facebook group. There's a link to that in the description. So let's get to it. The first group of people who won't be getting a stimulus check are those with incomes that are too high. Now this is measured by adjusted gross income, and the thresholds are as follows. For single filers, it is $75,000. For those filing head of household, it's $112,500. And for those married filing jointly, it is $150,000. Now, if you cross these threshold amounts, you aren't out completely. It's just that the payments begin to phase out by $5 for every $100 you're over the thresholds. So the first group is those whose incomes are too high. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you think this income limit is fair? Should it be higher or should it be lower? And the second group of individuals who won't get a stimulus check are dependents over the age of 16. In the eyes of the IRS, you're considered an adult at age 17. Now, many of these early adults are still claimed as dependents on a parent's tax return all the way through age 23. And this is usually so the parent can capture the credit for other dependents, which lowers the tax liability for the parents. But it's not just younger people who are dependents. A lot of disabled or elderly adults are claimed as dependents by a relative who provides at least one half of their care. And the same rules apply here. If you're a dependent, you won't be eligible for a payment. The third group of people who won't be getting a check are those who are behind on child support. When this bill first came out, I saw the language "not subject to administrative offsets" used more than once. Now, this was generally taken to mean that this check was not subject to garnishment or levy for any reason. But now they've defined what they mean by offsets as, well, almost all offsets. Normally, if you have a tax debt or are behind on payments to any other government entity, they can take your tax refund. That will not happen here. The only administrative offset that will be enforced applies to those who have past due child supports, and the states have to have had reported that to the Treasury Department for them to know about it. And just a side note here, I had some commenters mad in a few videos because I kept changing my story about the requirements to get a stimulus check. Folks, it ain't me. I'm not making the rules here. All I'm doing is telling you what the lawmakers are telling me. And to the extent that the story changes, be mad at the government, not at me. But whether you're mad, happy, or anything else, I still want to hear from you in the comments below, so be sure to let me know what you're thinking. Thanks for watching.